Hey everybody, it's Lita the Dolly Vlogger here, and real quick, if you haven't seen any of my other videos for the Dolly introductions, click my face right here. It will take you to the playlist, so you can watch all of them, and you can click it, save it for later, and then come back to it after you watch this video. Anyway, we're going on to Meline, and she's my first doll ever. My first Asian doll at all. I count her as an Asian ball jointed doll, even though technically she's not. She's got hinge joints and things, and they're not technically ball joints. But anyway, she's an old. She's rather old, actually. Volksdolphy, and they literally do not make them like this anymore. Probably for good reason. She falls apart a lot, like that. Her legs will fall off, her feet will fall off, her arms will fall off. She'll come apart in the middle, which is fun. When I first got her, she came apart in the middle, and I freaked out because I couldn't put her back together again. Anyway, she's a maid, and currently she's working for Lestat. This may change at some point, you might not need her anymore, or she may have to retire because she has limb girdle muscular dystrophy. So she's my sick doll. She actually has something, and I'm going to have other dolls in the future that have little things like that, or big things. But yes, she has limb girdle muscular dystrophy. So she's losing the ability to use her arms and her legs. It affects mainly the limbs. So partially that's to explain why she can't walk too well. I'm kind of getting closer because she's little, so I want her to be more paying attention. Anyway, she needs a new pair of glasses. She originally had some, they disappeared, and she's also going to need a wheelchair at some point as she kind of progresses. So I'm going to get her a wheelchair, and I'm going to get her glasses. She does not exactly like the idea of a wheelchair. She doesn't mind the glasses. She's cute in glasses. But she doesn't like the wheelchair. However, her girlfriend, whose arm you can actually see behind me, will not let her back down from this. Her girlfriend is too worried about her getting herself hurt, like any good girlfriend should be. So yeah, and I know I'm kind of talking about them. Some dolls just actually talk more as if they are real, because there are more characters in my head. They're more defined, and Meline and Morgan, who's her girlfriend, actually have a novel I'm working on for them. So they are more defined in my head, so, I have more of a firm grip on their personalities and their bios. So anyway, they don't have any children. They probably won't. I can't see Morgan having children. Meline might do well with them, but not Morgan. They're just really happy together, and they actually weren't supposed to be together. I bought Morgan, her girlfriend, as I said, at my third ACON. Meline was my first, Lestat was my second, and then Morgan came on my third ACON. See a trend? Oh, her eyeballs their stickers are falling off. Anyway, and I went to a doll meet that day, and Morgan, actually bought Morgan a doll meet, went to another doll meet, and I had somebody who was helping me pose my dolls, because I was having a tough time, and they posed Morgan and Meline right next to each other, and it just struck me like, whoa, they're together. They've got something going on. I mean, they haven't known each other very long, but they really like each other, and they basically kind of shouted at me, hey, we're in love, don't you ever separate us again. So they've been together ever since. And yeah, like I said, Meline actually came from my first ACON. She wasn't my first pick. I wanted one that was actually black dress, big black wings, long black hair. She was really cute, kind of gothic-y. But she sold right before I got there, and so I picked Meline because she just was adorable, and she was a cute little maid, and she had a little black dress, which she doesn't wear anymore. And she was just so cute, and I just loved her. And then I got her home and realized she wasn't on topic on a specific forum, particularly Den of Angels, which was the only doll forum I knew of at the time. So I stopped kind of paying attention to her, and I feel really bad about it now. I just basically thought she was, she was cheap, she was dumb, she wasn't a good doll. And I know other people feel that same way. They've realized, well, wait a minute, then this must mean they're not worth anything. They are. The little Dolphies and the Obitsus, the small ones about this size, they are just as good as any other doll. some people even think they're better. I think they're just as good as every other doll. They pose really well, at least they can. She's a little floppy, but like I said, she's old. So if you're like I was, and you have a little doll like this, and you think they're not as good, don't ignore them. Don't treat them differently. They're just as good as all your other dolls, if you have any, or any dolls you're thinking of getting. I know things like Den of Angels don't allow them on topic, simply because they are very specific about their dolls. They are only the resin strung dolls, and a couple of ones that have been grandfathered in. So for that, if you want to talk about these dolls, I'll leave a link down below to Dollicon. It's on the Yuku forums, and Dollicon allows any type of doll from pull-up, Blythe, what have you. So they would definitely be a good choice for you if you have these kind of dolls and you want to talk about it. And I am on there, and Lita Rutherford on there. You'll see me and stuff. So yeah, I just kind of wanted to give this like public service announcement bit, just because typing up her little bio, I remembered how I basically ignored her for a long time, because I thought she was useless and worthless, and I regret that hugely now, because she's just as good as all my other dolls, and I absolutely adore her personality, and I felt guilty for liking her, actually. So anyway, after that little serious bit, this is going to be me and Meline of the Dolly Vlogger, and we're going to say goodbye. See you next time.